SMF MMTs. What you're doing is in the first minute, you're seeing the bear peak and buying the bottom off of the bull will be the right thing to do when the sellers are out of the way. And we peaked here at $44 and we pulled back, and we made a low here at 110.55. So the low isn't put in yet, but because we're only in the 1 minute opening bell, is that we're going to watch the power of that momentum. Says that you sell short stocks right now. When that is breaking higher, equities are going to be lower. And not only that, you're down 30 on the Dow in the first 2 minutes. What you're looking for is, remember yesterday they came in and they walked that dog off of that bottom and they got that support level, but today's a new day and they just may come back because that's distribution on the open, and it's very evident. MMTs, this is going down in value. That makes the Googles, that makes some of these other stocks shortable intraday right now, because things like Amazon, I'm watching the price line. Here's that Baidu trade. Let's throw that in there. It's up 80, 90 cents on the day, but we're going to look to see where that price hits a top. This thing has been on a rip. It went from 107 yesterday down to 100. Today's low, 101.77, and that's where that power bar came in on the open on Baidu in the first couple of minutes. On the other hand, like I said in pre-market, Goldman Sachs is a great short. You can look for the bottom. Goldman Sachs has led other corrections down, and I had that. Right now, we've had 1 3-minute bar on the opening bell, and MMTs are going to watch to see where the low really gets put in. This thing just bounced like a power rocket from 110.17 on the bull to a whole dollar, and they just power down that move here on the opening bear. Look at that at 43.78 right now, printing on the lows, and look at that bull break out in the same 3-minute opening bar. MMTs, watch for bottoms to get put in and bounce off that bottom. That bull bounced hard. That's that opening volatility, along with the S&P down 4.32 handles. I'm going into a 4-minute bar on the opening bell. I got a big buy. I said buy the bull off the bottom and then sell into that resistance. Look at that peak there. Now you're going into another 3-minute bar. Goldman's still weak on the opening bell. Let's take a look and see where our Google trade is. Google on the opening bell, is there any strength? $1.14 to $1.09. But remember, that bear and that bull, you can short the top of the bull. It came up to 111.01. The bull is weak. It closed at 111.70 on the prior day. If that's the swing high, we'll find out if they run that up and put in these tops. This can be shorted, and you can go long here. So you can short the bull and go long the bear. Once these tops are put in, we're only in the 4-minute opening price range bars, and I'm seeing equities fade the opening bell. I'm going to see where these equities get their support levels. Once again, a nice entry. We were talking about that 286.64 on Apple. Look at that. That's a $2 bounce it's had. It's still up $1.15. We previewed it in pre-market. MMTs, senior MMTs, got those pops off these lows. Apple is running strong on that open. Look at it. Look at it run. Now that bull is going to be coming back. That bull on the open, that bull. So that momentum is there. That's what's giving these Apple breakouts. That's what's giving that Goldman a bottom. That's what's giving that Baidu a bottom off the bottom. Watch that price line printing at 350.57 on the opening bell. Watch that price line. Watch the price line trade. I'm going to be bidding out at the low end of the market on that 1150 put option. I'm going to get down just in case they take that S&P off that bottom support indexes. I got the NASDAQ 100. I got the bull going back up toward yesterday's close at 1170, printing at 49 by 55 pennies. There we are in action. we're printing right on up there to that Apple, that 200-minute on a 3-minute chart at resistance right there. There's that S&P 1150 put. Apple's breaking higher. We got MMTs in that breakout. Look at that thing break higher, 289.18. Just remember, people, we're still trying to get those 290 calls at a wholesale bid. We're still trying to get those calls at the 290 strike between 280 and 290 on a bid. Now, I came up here to 111.55 on the opening bell, and I'm on a 6-minute buy price action. We're going to take a look here. The bear's only up 11 pennies, topped out 44.06. Shorting that bear down and going long that bull. That's what that trade was about today, and that's exactly how we did that trade. So going long off that bottom, boy, we bounced. But guess what? The bull's high, 111.55. You still have not taken out yesterday's closing price of 111.70 in that 7-minute bar. So you've got a 3-6 on the opening bell and price action. You can see how the bears and the bulls here. I'm about to come up and break the highs on the bull. It's 57 by 63. It's almost going to challenge that high. Look for that resistance, because wherever that bull took it out at a 111.84 off the low of 110.17 and a 3-6-minute buy bar off of that bottom. MMT's rolling in heavy action there. Look at that. They popped that baby up there to 112.10. That means equities are bouncing off the bottom. MMTs, they came down in that first 6-minute. They made their price. That's where you get the entries. And then you keep letting that Apple trade run. You can see that bull. That bear's in negative territory on the SQQQ and the TQQQ. We got it on. That bull move coming back in on the opening bell. Indexes, I'm almost 8 pennies into the opening bell. That's 8 minutes, MMTs. But you all did it right. You made a 112.15 reversal right there. That was that spike on that TQQQ. They're still pumping it. That momentum is there. Now, here we are on the bear. It dropping all the way down at the bottom. So what you're going to look at now on the opening bell is where this makes the bottom and you go long, and then you short the top of the bull. Just the opposite of the opening bell in the first 8 minutes of trade. And that is the opening bell. Let's take a look around town. Let's see if we can find anything on the Amazon. And then I'm going to conclude the opening bell. Here it is. Amazon got a hook off that 159. It's bounced $1.80. When that bull fund, when that TQQQ bounced and made highs, that's when stocks on the first 10 minutes of the opening bell are coming up and hitting resistance. We're looking at taking those trades short once they have the reversals now. As we go through that first hype in the first 9 minutes between the buyers and sellers, what a transformation that was. TQQQ, a short was up there at 112.15. Obviously, we have pulled back, but it's still strong. It's above yesterday's closing price. It's printing right now 13 pennies above 111.70. So you're looking to see if it fails back below there. What a nice pop on the bull on the opening bell. I still have the NASDAQ 100 leading the way. That's also reflected in here. That's also reflected in the NASDAQ 100, because the NASDAQ 100 is right there. And basically, those 3X bull funds are breaking out to all-time highs. So if you were long this bull TQQQ off the bottom and selling into resistance and buying that 3X bull at the same time, which we got MMTs assigned to it, and executing those trades and shorting the bear outright and letting this bull run on Apple. That's the first 10-minute action.